What's up guys, Omni here. Guys know how it goes, another day, another video. Last night I tweeted I sleep. What recent news, topic, tweets, videos you want me to talk about tomorrow? Hey guys, we have a doozy of a video today. Donald Trump got shot. Wallace called out Cody for some pretty bad allegations. Apparently Mr. Beast just put together one of the biggest YouTube collaborations in history. And during said event, MoistCritikal apparently folded and had a conversation with Logan Paul. Eminem finally released his new album. Is it good or not? All of that and more. So you guys know the drill. Sit back, relax, put your feet up, and yeah, allow me to lay it on you. I feel like it might be good to start with this picture here by Trash God saying, "Big bro, you might want to sleep this one in. It's bad out here." It is. It's wild. One of the wildest weekends that we have actually had. Let's just jump to what everybody wants to talk about. The whole thing with Donald Trump getting shot. What can I freaking say? If you guys don't already know, one of the wildest things in this entire year occurred. I told you guys that this political thing was going to be crazy, okay? I told you guys. What did I tell y'all from the get-go? I said this year was going to be wild, okay? Not only that, but it's election year, okay? And it was going to get crazier and crazier. This year 2024 has been absolutely nonsensical, and this one we had an assassination attempt on a former president and current running type president, Donald Trump. Absolutely insane. I forget where I was exactly when I heard this news, but when I heard it, I was like, ain't no way, right? Like, this has got to be fake news. This has got to be cap. It's got to be propaganda. There's no way it's 2024 and there's an assassination attempt on a former president. Just not happening. But it was true, bro. Where were you when you found out? Were you out in public? And if you were, people were probably on their phones being like, oh snap, oh snap, oh snap, Donald Trump, oh snap. But yeah, this is him. And someone managed to capture this picture, okay? Apparently the shot, the bullet, the sniper, some people are saying that it didn't actually hit his ear. Apparently it might have hit like a podium or something in the podium in the glass when it came back and snapped back and hit his ear, causing it to bleed. But somebody managed to capture this picture right here where Donald Trump was being rushed off by Secret Service and he was like, yeah, and oh, you know, like, I'm good. And this is, I'm not even going to lie, this picture is absolutely freaking like incredible. You got the flag in the back, you got the dudes with the shades and you don't know what their personality are. They got the same haircut and everything. And you got your man in blood just being like, yeah, you know, I survived the shooting. And it's actually pretty cool. Politics aside, okay? Project 2025 versus Sleepy Joe Biden versus all of that aside, all right, whoever took this picture might get an award because, again, it's a picture of an attempted assassination on a president.
If you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Dang. Actually, it was the first time I've actually seen this specific scene right here. But if you hear and listen, I think it sounds like the shooter might have shot like 3 shots off before apparently the other sniper rifles on the other side went and killed the actor's sniper rifle. And he actually grabbed his ear when it happened. Before he got escorted off stage, this was his last moments here on the podium. So he's like, yeah, hey, wait a minute. And then so that's what happened. You guys already know, right? But I'm giving you the play-by-play. As you guys can imagine, this was an absolute shit show when it came to the internet. Okay, we had tweets of all tweets, memes, responses, people coming in endorsing Donald Trump left and right. Some people trending things that were pretty horrific. Okay, why did they miss? They only had one job, was literally trending. Not from my words, but if you went to Twitter, literally you had one job. How did you miss? The memes were absolutely absurd. Okay, there's part of people who are out there who are like, yeah, I wish they didn't miss and they actually shot Donald Trump. And a lot of people are out here like, I can't believe someone tried to shoot Donald Trump. Then people were worried like, oh God, who did it? Like, whoa, who did it? What nationality? What ethnicity? What race? Was it a black dude? Please don't be like, there's so many tweets and information flying out left and right about this. Okay, you think you had Elon Musk endorsing Trump? It just was unreal. Okay, it's one of those moments in history again that us as people have existed and lived in where we're like, wow, we're actually living during a time where someone tried to assassinate an ex-president and you're alive here to witness it. And I'm telling you, it's just the beginning. This is not the end of 2024. We're halfway into it and it's only just going to keep getting worse and worse. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, from the shooting, there seems to have actually been a casualty outside of the gunman itself. This person said, Justin, the man who had killed at Trump's Pennsylvania rally, has been identified as former fire chief for Buffalo Township, Cody Comparatore. Rest in peace. Comparatore's last act on his planet was shielding his daughter from the bullets. After this all went down, Donald Trump responded and said, I want to thank the United States Secret Service and all of the law enforcement for their rapid response on the shooting that took place in Butler, PA. Most importantly, I want to extend my condolences to the family of the person at the rally who was killed and also to the family of another person that was badly injured. It is incredible that such an act can take place in our country. Nothing is known at this time about the shooter, who is now dead. I was shot with the bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong and that I heard whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening. God bless America. Donald Trump responded on Twitter saying there's absolutely no place for political violence in our democracy. Although we don't know yet what exactly happened, we should all be relieved that former President Trump wasn't seriously hurt and use this moment to recommit ourselves to civility and respect in our politics. Michelle and I are wishing him a quick recovery. In terms of who done did it, it was some 20-year-old kid. The 20-year-old man who tried to assassinate former President Donald Trump first came to law enforcement's attention at Saturday's rally when spectators noticed him acting strangely outside the campaign event. The tip sparked a frantic search, but officers were unable to find him before he managed to get on a roof where he opened fire. In the wake of the shooting that killed one spectator, investigators were hunting for any clues about what may have drove Thomas Matthew Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, to carry out the shocking attack. The FBI said that they were investigating it as a potential act of domestic terrorism, but the absence of a clear ideological motive by the man shot dead by the Secret Service led conspiracy theories to flourish. So yeah, some kid named Thomas Crooks, 20-year-old kid, he got shot immediately and died on the scene. People were trying to figure out why he did so. When I look online, apparently this is the dude. Unironically, the picture that it keeps showing is a picture of him wearing like a United States flag on his shirt. And some people are also saying that he was a registered Republican in Pennsylvania as well. So people were like, dang, bro, was a Republican shot a Republican? What's going on here? And a lot of people were just really grateful, to be honest. Okay. And this is kind of sour and sad. Okay. But the truth of the matter is that people were like, thank God it wasn't like a certain type of race. Thank God it was a white cis male, as a lot of people are arguing, is because if it was any other demographic, then they probably feel like this would have created in a freaking race war. Like, I don't know if you guys can imagine. Okay. But if it was not a white dude, woo, oh my God, different things will be happening right now.
You think this was an assassination attempt?
I don't know enough to, I have an opinion, but I don't have any facts. So I want to make sure we have all the facts before I make any more comments. Thank you.
So yeah, that's Biden's response to it as well. Very short-lived, obviously, because it was much longer than this. But people were wondering, was this a setup? I don't know, but I do know that someone died. There was one person who actually died, and there was another casualty. Okay, this would be a very devious setup if that was the case. But the conspiracy theories are out there. Conspiracy theories, people who aren't even conspiracy theories are out here trying to figure out if this was a setup in some kind of way, because the picture just seemed a little bit too iconic. Man has been arrested. Okay, he's a convicted felon. Okay, now he's been shot at and he's lived. 50 Cent makes jokes about it. Okay, the more you look like a criminal, the more you will get more props for basically being president, bro. Like, only thing he's missing is quite literally is taking a shot. Apparently one of the shots, somebody said it might have been hit to his chest. I don't know. But from what I think I have seen, this does more good than harm for his campaign. It doesn't erase everything that's happening in terms of, you know, their histories and their backgrounds and what people are worried about and their stances. But it feels like maybe it's going to make, like, you know, like Republicans probably want to vote for him more. And then people who are fence sitting, or even some Democrats, might just switch over because, like, hey, this guy just survived a gunshot. And yeah, it is what it is. Okay, but that's Donald Trump getting shot. Probably one of the most monumental situations we've experienced this year in terms of like history and impact. And man, oh man, things could have went complete. I can't imagine a future where Donald Trump literally got shot. I think the Simpsons predicted it, but it seems like it got thwarted. The Simpsons, I believe, had a show or an episode where Donald Trump got shot. On here, it looks like he got shot, but it grazed him. And man, oh my God. I can't imagine the pandemonium that we would currently be existing in if Donald Trump was not alive because of that gunshot. So I'll let you guys know and keep you posted as we discover more information about this assassination attempt. It's wild because it feels like it's almost already been 24 hours, 48 hours, and the news cycles are already kind of just moving away from it. Like people are like, okay, well, anyway, Donald Trump just got shot at. Who cares? Let's talk about the next meme. That's what it feels like what's happening. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. Crazy freaking news. So guys, we got to talk about this. My gang, my boy D'Angelo Wallace is back. And when he returns and on his main channel, woo, usually not good for whatever subject he's talking about, okay? If you guys don't know this guy right here, this is D'Angelo Wallace. He's a commentary guy, and he's been doing it for quite some time. Very, I want to say, famously known for covering situations you probably heard of during, like, I think this was pre-pandemic. When it came to, like, YouTubers that don't exist anymore, like Shane Dawson, I believe, Jeffree Star, basically a lot of people that was in that beauty guru community back in the day. And then he's covered other people like Logan Paul. He's just a commentary panel that covers a lot of people, and this one seems to be Cody Co. Cody Co, also a commentator. You probably recognize the dude over there on the right, usually reacting to a video like a cut video. He does commentary as well, not so much like D'Angelo Wallace where they kind of do like investigative journalism, but more so kind of like hee ha-ha's, look how people kind of react on the video. There's an uncomfortable conversation about Cody Co, and apparently he calls out like commentary channels, people who are friends of Cody Co, for not talking about this situation, apparently just because A, you know, he's friends with them, and B, the person who is coming out about these accusations here, Tana, is an unlikable person.
All right, Cody, let's have an uncomfortable conversation. Someone has been alleging for years now that you, one of the largest commentary creators on YouTube, knowingly committed a crime against her when she was a minor, but YouTubers and viewers alike are ignoring and discrediting these allegations solely because the person making them happens to be an unlikable woman online, Tana Mojo. And you know that people are ignoring this because nobody is working harder to bury this story than you. And you're getting away with it because commentary YouTube has a serious problem. I can't blame any of your viewers or my viewers for not hearing about this because you've done such a good job hiding it up until now that I only found out about it recently. The situation has been talked about by...
You know, it's interesting. So I have had people, I would think in the past week or two, start telling me about some Cody Co allegations or something, right? Like on Twitter. But then every time I go to Twitter, whatever the word Cody Co appears like in my replies, it goes to like the spam part of my tweets. So when I'm going through tweets, for whatever reason, Cody Co is now listed as like possible spam Twitters. I don't know if that's like a thing or not. And then there's always like spam bots to anything that has Cody Co in my replies. I don't know if that's related, but it makes it very difficult to kind of find out information about Cody Co because it keeps getting buried. I didn't see any of the details. I've just heard people say Cody Co allegations. I'm like, what the hell are people talking about? What is going on? And it looks like somebody big enough is finally talking about it to make this thing something where everybody is talking about it. And that person is D'Angelo Wallace. But he's showing here pictures and videos of people who've talked about it. You got Adam McIntyre, Rachel Oates, Angelica Les, Lewis McClung, Austin Green. So people have been talking about it, just not anybody at that grand scale level that's going to like turn the tides and make everybody talk about it.
Been discussed at length on other platforms, and it keeps almost hitting the mainstream, like with this Rolling Stone article or this H3 podcast discussion. But the reason it hasn't caught on yet, despite all of this, is that none of your friends, nobody on your level, nobody in the commentary niche with enough pull is willing to admit that this situation makes you look terrible.
A lot of people like him a lot, and they really are like doing any kind of mental gymnastic to just ignore it.
I'm not here to accuse you of committing a crime in this video because I can't do that based on someone else's allegations. Nobody can definitively take these allegations as proof, but at the same time, they should still be looked at and not treated as an open secret and swept under the rug like you've been doing for so many years now. And from the way the situation keeps popping up more and more often, it's clear that there's only so much rug sweeping you can do before people start taking a closer look at things. So let's take a closer look. We both know that Tana Mojo...
That's bad. That's bad. Well, if D'Angelo Wallace says, hey, let's take a look. You're cooked. You're cooked. Is there a man that D'Angelo Wallace has not failed to like cook? Okay. Like if he says, hey, today's story is about XYZ. XYZ is cooked. Because he's already coming in, you know he's going to look into it. He's going to have the receipts. He's going to have the monotonous, like, you know, delivery with the humor. But this one he's actually being serious about. But you just, God damn, bro. okay, so what did Cody Co do? It sounds like it has to do something with Tana. And it sounds like maybe she was a minor, 17, and it sounds like he knowingly did something with her. I'm guessing slept with her while he was a certain age that was much higher than 17. I think that's what's probably the accusation that's coming through, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll take a look at it. But you guys definitely want to watch the original video here by D'Angelo Wallace, okay? Uncomfortable He's talking directly to Cody Co, by the way. This isn't a video where he's saying like, hey, Cody Co. No, he's literally looking at the camera and saying like, if Cody, I know you're watching this video and I'm talking directly to you. He is the main audience and everyone else is kind of live watching him talk to Cody Co.
And speaking of this podcast, about a month ago, she hosted a live episode in front of an audience and the conversation turned to you.
Who's the smallest you've ever had sex with?
Oh my God, no one look at me, Cody Co. I can say that. I was literally 17. I can say that.
This clip started making the rounds and people were understandably perturbed because if Tana Mongeau was 17, you would have been 25. So people started speculating and Tana decided to set the record straight.
I hooked up with Cody Co when I was 17 and he was 25.
She claims that not only were you fully aware of her age at the time, but someone even tried to stop you and you went ahead anyway.
There was a situation with Gabby Hanna at a Playlist Live where she pulled him aside and told him like, yo, she's 17. And then we still went and hooked up.
To be clear, 17 is under the age of consent in many states, including Florida, where Playlist Live used to take place. So this means that Tana Mongeau is accusing you of statutory, and she's not trying to hide that.
God damn. Woo. Good Lord. Okay. Dang, I didn't even know all this information was said. I mean, I got to be grateful for people like D'Angelo Wallace for collecting this information in a way for us to digest very easily, because I, again, kept seeing Cody Co allegations everywhere, not knowing what they are. And yeah, it's Tana saying like, yeah, you basically hooked up with me and you knew how old I was when I was 17. And that's the accusation.
This isn't just some crazy tea. It was a crime.
Nothing would make this situation better, but plenty of things make it worse, like the fact that she was a fan of yours at the time, adding an additional layer to the power dynamic you would have had over her.
I grew up loving him and I think you know what I mean? Like I was just like excited and a fan.
Tana seems to have many feelings about this, which we'll go over a bit later, but she stated very clearly that the actions she's accusing you of are inexcusable.
If I had a 17-year-old daughter or a little sister or something, like I would kill. I would never let it fly.
So I get it. It's not only is Tana somebody that people have found unlikable, but you can see like she's doing these podcasts. One of them was with Trisha Paytas right here. You guys know from H3H3. So like it's one of those things that who she's talking with and who she's associating with is making it harder for it to go out because people don't take Trisha Paytas seriously, even though like that doesn't take away what she's actually saying, this accusation. It doesn't demean it whatsoever in terms of what she's accusing Cody Co of. And now it's going to get to the point where he's going to have to respond now. Now that D'Angelo Wallace has made this video, now we have to get a Cody Co response video where he will give his side of the story. But apparently it gets worse before it gets better or before he can even respond, because it sounds like D'Angelo Wallace is alluding to the fact that Cody has been trying to sweep everything under the rug.
And what is really the most damning thing for you, Cody, is a clip that you might not have even seen yet. But if there was anything to give me any more clarity about these allegations before I formed my opinion, I was going to find it. Remember how Tana said that fellow YouTuber Gabby Hanna tried to stop you before everything allegedly went down? Well, did you know that Gabby is actually on record telling the exact same story several years ago?
One time, I told a guy, I saw him making out with a girl at a party who was underage, and I pulled him aside and I was like, hey man, you probably don't know, I know she like looks a little older, she's underage, watch it. And he's like, oh my God, thank you for telling me. And then he turned that.
This is really bad. People make accusations all the time.
So that's two people corroborating. It's not just Tana talking about her specific experience with Cody, but now also Gabby Hanna also corroborating, and these are at different times, right? So yeah, that's pretty damning.
I'm not accusing you of committing a crime, but even if what Tana says is false, your silence is still grossly incompetent at best. Why are you choosing the path that would be your only option if you were guilty? Now, some seem to...
Yeah, god damn. That's like checkmate. That's quite literally just checkmate, right? So, right, if you are Cody Co and this didn't happen, then you can just say, this didn't happen, right? And then there's no one who can like basically contradict you. I mean, you might have some people who say, nah, you know, who will lie on your name, but if it didn't happen, you would just come out and say it didn't happen, right? If someone said you shot somebody, you're like, no, I didn't shoot anybody. You in there. But he's saying that if he doesn't come out, if he does say that he didn't do it, right, but it's true that he did, and someone has some type of evidence or facts that are controversial, then they catch him in a lie as well, which hence seems to be the reason why CodyCo has not responded at all and has just been silent about it, because it's the only way to avoid both possible scenarios. But again, if he was an innocent person, people are simply saying that by just denying the claims should be enough, because otherwise everyone's just lying on your name. You should be able to say you didn't do something if you didn't do something.
Now, some seem to think that you're not obligated to speak up, and maybe that's what people around you are telling you as well. But from one creator to another, you absolutely have an obligation to, at the very least, call out the misogyny, the victim blaming, and all manner of cognitive dissonance that's coming from your audience in the name of defending you against allegations that you're too cowardly to address. And to be clear, this is cowardice, because you demonstrate it whenever there's controversy afoot. Tana's further claims make it sound like you're terrified.
I said something about it online and it was starting to surface, and he texted me like, are we good? And was like, I said, yeah. And like, he was like, my wedding's coming up.
You do have a history of making bad choices when you're terrified of people finding things out, like your history of using slurs.
5 nigga, 6 nigga, 7 nigga, 8 nigga, 9 nigga.
There's more clips than that, but the reason most people are blissfully unaware of them is because you posted your vague apology not on Twitter, not on YouTube, but on Patreon, despite acknowledging in your apology that the clips were surfacing on—
Oh, not my Cody, dropping the N-word. I mean, I'm not surprised by it, right? If you think of every single like content creator, right, white guy content creator, I'm pretty sure there is some type of video out there in the background of him dropping the N-bomb like 50 million times. I honestly don't really even care about that. But the point that's happening with Tana, I think, again, is the part where it feels like he's sweeping things under the rug, and he can no longer do so.
Not many people know that you've already lost fans over an eerily similar topic. You used to frequently feature and promote your college friend Colby Leachman in your videos, until it came out that during your school days, Leachman's university put him on probation for, as a United States District Judge would later put it, the non-consensual videotaping of a sex act with another student, showing the video to other people, lying to the police about the video, and behaving horribly to that individual and at least one other woman. To make matters worse, the woman in the video also alleged that Leachman drugged her before the recording and that she hadn't actually consented to anything at all. You had this man in your videos. You were telling us to follow him on Instagram, and at some point you did wise up, so he's no longer part of your content, but he still seems like he's very much a part of your friend group. From the continued hangout since then to inviting him to your wedding just last year, people are under the impression that you're best friends with someone who, at best, committed an illegal sex act and at worst is an alleged rape.
God damn! This is bad. This is bad. This is really bad. So not only does CodyCo now have to address the Tana situation, but he also needs to address the fact that he is still harboring his friends. He's being draked. Oh no, not only are you committing acts, but you're harboring and you're protecting people who have done so, like criminally, that's like prosecuted for it. Like there's papers, there's documents, bro, and they're invited to your wedding. Oh man. CodyCo did not see this one coming for 2024.
I haven't seen a single channel over 1 million subscribers do so much as acknowledge that this situation exists. And I'm not talking about channels that never would have discussed something like this either. I mean the same channels that were rightfully calling out people like Dr. Disrespect for texting a minor, which are the same channels that are now completely ignoring a scenario with an even bigger creator being accused of doing something much worse. You can't say it's because the allegations are unconfirmed, because the channels that I'm talking about discuss rumors all the time, and this video is all the proof you need that there's still plenty to discuss even without making definitive statements. The general—
Woo! Saying now that also commentary users with over 1 million subscribers It's not me. Gang not talking about me. Again, I have heard Cody Co allegations like 50 million times in my tweets. I usually get sent to spam. You can go ahead and check my Twitter if you want. Type in Cody Co allegations, look it up, and you'll see like a bunch of spam comments and bots after every single Cody Co tweet. And then it just goes away and disappears into my spam replies I don't actually get back to. So I keep hearing about the allegations, but not saying any definitive proof. It looks like D'Angelo took that extra step to kind of go in there and see what's happened. He dug it up, and man, oh man, this is really freaking bad. So guys, again, an uncomfortable conversation about Cody Co. You can come to D'Angelo Wallace's actual YouTube channel to watch the entire video. And now we are in a situation where we wait to see what Cody Co has to say. He has to respond. Other commentary channels might also do the same thing as well, because D'Angelo Wallace's call out is not just to Cody Co, but the people and the friends that are around him and the commentary YouTubers who've been ignoring the situation specifically, who probably know everything about it, but potentially might be protecting him because they might be friends. I don't know. I don't know the reaction with Cody Co and other YouTubers. I ain't in the know like that. But I will keep you posted. This is messed up. Wow, you guys can let me know how you feel. This is a lot, but this is the D'Angelo Wallace effect, okay? If you guys see this guy online talking about somebody else, that somebody else, as I've said a million times, is probably cooked. And again, this is just something where Cody Co has to come out and respond and say what the truth is. Whether the truth is he's saying that he's denying it or not, he's got to put out that information eventually. He can't just ignore it like he's been doing this entire time. And other news, this one not being so relevant or a big deal at all, but it has to do with our boy MoistCritikal, aka Charlie. Okay, if you guys don't know, Mr. Beast just did a video where he basically had like a whole bunch of YouTubers come and fight for $1 million, and Charlie was one of the people on there. And there was a clip where Mr. Beast showed Charlie talking to Logan Paul. Charlie being a commentary YouTuber who talks about literally everything. Probably one of the people who might talk about the Cody Co situations as well. But specifically, he talks about Logan Paul and this whole thing that happened with him and CoffeeZilla and CryptoZoo. And Logan Paul is no, stranger to controversy that Charlie has basically said is garbage doo-doo butter. But apparently there was a clip inside of the video where Charlie was talking to Logan Paul one-on-one. I always thought about this situation when YouTubers meet other YouTubers, right? Like imagine I'm over here and I'm talking smack about somebody. I'm like, you're a jerk. And then I meet them in person. I'm like, oh, what's up, buddy? Didn't I make a video about you? Like now me personally, I'm a stand on business. All right. I'm like, yeah, I made a video about you. Your ass was gooning. Your ass, what was you on, bro? What are you doing? I acknowledge you. I won't not treat you as a human being unless you're somebody like EDP 445 or Dr. Disrespect. Okay. If you're one of the heinous people, okay, then I'll treat you like an inhuman person that you are. Right. But if you made some video and I talked about you, yeah, I'm calling you out because you cheated or you scammed your fans or something like that. And we're having a conversation, Now, I'm not going to go ahead, be an event, and then just start building up drama for nothing, right? I won't just come out here and be like, it's Logan Paul, everybody. He's the guy from the crypto zoo. While Mr. Beast is doing a video. I ain't going to do any of that. But the clip here, I'm going to play the one that I think that was trending earlier. And then I guess Charlie, he responded already talking about folding in front of Logan Paul. So here's a clip from Mr. Beast's video. You got Charlie right here walking over. You got Logan Paul posted on the corner, right? It's interesting, right? Because I'm trying to think how much like conflict might actually been in here. Gathering all the people and trying to figure out how to avoid any conflict of interest, because people usually make video. When you have Logan Paul in the picture, right? There's already a lot of conflict of interest. Because this man is just conflict itself. He's been in so many different controversies, right? But he's still here. He's in the Mr. Beast video. So he's still here. He's still around. And it just so happens that one of the people who have covered him, it's like if CoffeeZilla was just walking up in here, who I think is currently being sued by Logan Paul for all of the videos that he made about CryptoZoo. I think is currently happening right now. And I need to look more into this. But here's the clip.
What's up, bro?
Hey, nice
How are you, dude? I like your videos, dude.
I appreciate it.
I know you've talked some shit, but...
Everybody hates Logan Paul. Is everyone around Logan just a f***ing idiot?
I'm always super happy that people don't take it personally, man.
I don't.
Okay,
I don't.
Thank God.
I understand I'm and I'm here to be a bro. Good to see you, bro.
And also, Prime's pretty fire.
Thanks,
I'm not
bro.
allowed to say it on camera.
I get it, bro. I get it, bro. Talk, bro.
Good luck today, all right?
Yeah, likewise, bro.
What do you mean? Prime is pretty fire. Unless that's just him making a freaking joke. So people saw this clip and they were like, Charlie, no, my hero. How did you not just come up here and just punch Logan Paul in the face. How dare you? You should have went over there and just like uppercutted this man, bro. What do you stand on business kind of situation was a lot of people were saying on Twitter and saying that Charlie was like weak for not coming up here and confronting him or for folding and talking to him away. Now, when I hear Logan Paul talking, right, I kind of see Logan Paul just being like, yeah, I heard you talk to my video. First of all, he addresses Charlie. He says, what's up, man? Hey, I know you talk some smack about me, man. Hey, I like your videos. I know you talking smack about me. I'm an asshole, so it's fine. Like, I get it. Man's just like, yeah, I'm an asshole, so I get it kind of situation. So, you know, and Charlie's like, hey, I'm glad you don't take it personal because I don't know you as a person just by the actions that you've committed, and I've condemned said actions, but I'm not here to judge you from a person-to-person level. It's interesting, right? Because I do know that a lot of people who probably responded to this situation are probably like gremlins who don't know how to socialize with people in the first place. They have no idea how to interact with human beings outside of the internet and Twitter space, right? So this is actually a normal interaction between two people who might not have had the same ideals or thoughts. It's not like a Pokemon battle, right? Where like freaking Charlie is sitting in one place and then Logan Paul crosses the direction and it's like, and then he walks up to him and starts fighting him. Like, that's not how it works. So it seems like they were keeping things respectable, especially for the fact that they were doing a video with Mr. Beast. Okay, this would be the last place for somebody like Charlie to confront somebody like Logan Paul and stand on business. But also, I don't see Charlie being the type of person to kind of like stir the pot or come out here and be on kick and address and talk to YouTubers to expose them kind of way. He's always been up front talking about it in person on camera and talking about all the things that happens in his interactions. So this was not the place or the platform for him to, again, stand on business. But what does Charlie have to say about it?
But now let's get to that second part where Logan Paul's spiritual pressure sent me to the floor like it was right out of the Bleach anime, and I was just trembling in fear to confront him directly. So this was filmed a month or so ago, a little over a month ago now. Since then, he is now apparently suing CoffeeZilla. Either Logan or someone on his team is suing CoffeeZilla, which is a massive L. That is brain dead activity for sure. But when this was filmed, that wasn't happening. What was happening was he was publicly trying to make amends with the victims of his CryptoZoo scam that he butt them all with, and as far as I know, he has been paying some people back, and at the time was still in the process of paying people back through whatever like program he set up for it. But there was none of this lawsuit going on, and one of the first things that he said was that he actually deserved all of the shit that he got for it, for all of the mistakes that he made. Ludwig was also there, someone else who was shit on Logan Paul, and Logan was saying something to a similar effect there as well, from what I recall. So at the time, he was in the process of trying to fix all the dog shit that he put innocent people through. And when I talked about this on stream and in the videos about CryptoZoo and what was going on with it with the updates, I had always said, as long as the victims are made whole again and they get their money back, that's a happy ending. But Logan is still a scumbag for ever doing it in the first place, which is something that he also said he deserved everything he got from doing that.
Right.
So I have always said as well that I never harbor hatred for someone who will actually change. There's nothing to gain with just holding a grudge forever. That's childish. If someone is actually willing to learn and grow from things, I'm more than willing to break bread with them.
Okay, so he's saying that he, you know, gave Logan Paul the benefit of the doubt. But this was before the fact that he discovered that Logan Paul was suing CoffeeZilla. So, yeah. Anyway, it's just the internet looking for drama. That's all it is. Like, if you think about it, why is Charlie getting, like, hate? He's not even the guy that did the freaking scumbag moves, right? He's the guy that was calling out the scumbag, right? And now people are like, oh, no, we got to hate on Charlie because he's not hating him in real life with the same energy because he's trying to give him room for redemption, because it looks like that's like what he was trying to do and create. Just the internet looking for reasons to kind of like create drama in the situation. But that same energy that's going towards Charlie won't be the same people giving that energy towards Logan Paul. I don't think so. It's one of those situations where people are looking for a reason to just be like, hey, you, shame on you, because that's Twitter and that's the internet. People pointing fingers as much as possible because that's just what people do on the internet. Anyway, that's MoistCritikal holding to Logan Paul. I'm curious to see what's going to occur next with this whole suing thing with CoffeeZilla and Logan Paul. I'm very curious to see what comes from that. I'm gonna look into that and I'll see if I can find some more information for you guys. We'll talk about it on a future video. So guys, quick update when it comes to Alec Baldwin, the actor that you guys all know and love, man. He has been under this really, really stressful situation because of a shooting that happened on a set of Rust a while back, years ago, where the gun discharged and he shot and he killed a person on set. And since then, he has basically been under fire because prosecuted, was it murder? Was it an accident? What's he going to be prosecuted for? Just a lot, right? A lot. Apparently, it finally has come to an end, though. Alec Baldwin shooting a person on Rust set years ago, going on trial, and still getting excused for it. The judge dismissed Alec Baldwin's involuntary manslaughter case for the Rust shooting. It is all over.
Sanction of dismissal is the only warranted remedy. The jury has been sworn, jeopardy has attached, and a mistrial would not be based upon manifest necessity. Further, the sanction of dismissal is warranted in this case. The state has repeatedly made representations to defense and to the court that they were compliant with all their discovery obligations. Despite their repeated representations, they have continued to fail to disclose critical evidence to the defendant.
Just pausing. This is not a mistrial. This is being dismissed because it sounds like they were withholding information from the trial that may have made Alec Baldwin look innocent, and that information was not being processed, and it was repeated. So the judge is saying, like, this is not a mistrial. This is being excused. This is being dismissed altogether. We're done here.
Dismissal with prejudice is warranted. Court also has power, inherent power. Per State versus Lemire, where discovery violations inject needless delay into the proceedings, courts may impose meaningful sanctions to effectuate their inherent power and promote efficient judicial administration. The state's discovery violation has injected a needless, incurable delay into the instant jury trial. Dismissal with prejudice is warranted to ensure the integrity of the judicial system and the efficient administration of justice.
Dismissal for prejudice.
The motion to dismiss with prejudice is granted.
Oh, wow.
Now, with respect to the jury, I don't imagine you all want to return on Monday. I will take care of the jury.
Thank you.
So it's over. Dismissal due to prejudice, saying that not only was evidence being withheld, but people were extending the court and proceedings unnecessarily, essentially. There's points and times, you guys know, when it comes to legal matters where people extend things and keep delaying and delaying and delaying. She's saying, like, yeah, nah, this was done in a way that was a bit abusive. And so now we're dismissing this case and it's completely over. In terms of the evidence that was being withheld, this article here by Wallace said, why did the judge dismiss the case? The decision to dismiss the case came after a frantic day at the First Judicial District Court of Santa Fe. The day began with defense attorney Luke Nikas accusing the prosecution of concealing evidence that prop dealer Seth Kenny was the source of the live ammunition. Okay, so this was deliberate, and they could deliberately conceal this specific fact. Lead prosecutor Carrie Morrissey saying, quote, I decided not to take any steps to collect this ammunition because it was Arizona, had never come to New Mexico, and didn't match the live rounds on the set of Rust. Baldwin's legal team argued that the investigators and prosecutors withheld evidence related to the actual source of the ammunition linked to Hutchins' death on the set of the movie Rust. Quote, so you all had discussions about what to do with what he, Officer Teskey, dropped off. They said yes, and you all agreed to put it in the separate file, the judge insisted, pressing the key point of the hearing, which they said yes. Hancock replied again, exposing the state's negligence, which also failed to store the new evidence along with other evidence in the case. So long and short of it, the prosecution goofed, and the judge said, okay, this is unacceptable. This is negligence on the state's part and the prosecution part. So this is dismissed. Okay, want to hear any of this anymore. And now it's all over. TLDR, Alec Baldwin being dismissed and no longer has to face these charges of the shooting that happened on the set of Rust. Before we sign out, we got to pay homage to the gang Richard Simmons, man. He passed away July 13th. Well, I didn't even hear about this because I feel like this news might have gotten like constructed from the whole thing that happened with Trump, like Trump getting shot but took over. But this was Richard Simmons, man. Oh my gosh. I still remember that one video with him. Whose line is it anyway? With him and Drew Carey is his name, and a whole bunch of other people, and he was acting funny guy. You guys probably seen him when it comes to some of his like workout videos. Very flamboyant, very high energy, very high strung, very just fun as well. And he's gone. Rest in peace to the gang, man. Damn, it's getting creepy. It's getting creepy, guys. It's getting to the point where people are passing away left and right every day, and it's just like, oh my God, these are people that I've been knowing. Like, you know what I mean? When you're younger, right? When people are passing away, you're like, I don't know who any of these people are. But now, as you're getting older, everyone that you're knowing that's passing away is people that you're familiar with, or you know is. it's getting there, man. It's really sad. So rest in peace to the homie Richard Simmons, man. A very iconic guy in terms of like just the world. Everyone kind of knowing kind of like who he was. Rest in peace to the homie. Also, what you guys need to know is that Eminem, he released a new album and it's very good. Karen Basil Jagger. The Death of Slim Shady, coup de grace. It's out there for you guys to watch on Spotify. I've already given it a first listen. I'm a huge Eminem fan. Okay, when I say a huge Eminem fan, Eminem is like literally my favorite rapper. It's him and Kendrick. And it's been like that for like ages. For like a long time, those top two have not changed. I haven't had them interchangeably. Eminem has always been on the top spot for me because I think a lot of his old music, a lot of his old soundtracks I've listened to a billion times. Okay, I was definitely that guy, and I think he's one of the best hip-hop rap artists there is. But there's controversy because like Eminem's old version of himself is highly problematic, and the whole combination of him and his old problematic past with, you know, how Gen Z might feel about it, how everyone's a lot more soft these days. This album was kind of like a reflection of what that would look like if we had old version of Slim Shady, the back in the day from the Slim Shady LP. Okay, that man was a menace. And if he was here today and in Eminem's current battle with him, he actually has like tracks like Guilty Conscious 2 and other really good ones where the appearance of old Slim comes and he talks about these things. He name drops a few people. He talks about trans people. He drops some single takes that makes people upset, and people either seem to love this album or hate it. There's no in between from what I've been seeing, right? Either they're saying, hey, you're an old man, you're 50 years old and you shouldn't be rapping about this stuff and you're garbage doo-doo butter, or here it is, classic Eminem, back at it again, being one of the best lyrical artists there is. Now, I will say this, regardless of the actual content that you hear from Eminem, Slim Shady, you guys can let me know how you feel about the Eminem, regardless of the actual inside of the content and what he says, whether you agree or disagree with it or not. I don't think anybody can disagree with the fact that Eminem is still one of the best lyrical artists that are out there, okay? When it comes to literally scientifically breaking down syllables and words and putting them in schemes and poetry, this man's quite literally a scientist to this, okay? Every rapper says they would never want to start beef with Eminem. Everyone, people that you know, the hardest MFs out there will be like, no, don't mess with the white dude kind of thing because he will tear you apart, okay? He'll tear you apart lyrically. Man is very dangerous, okay? And people are wondering now, like, what about Eminem versus Kendrick Lamar? That would be crazy because now that Kendrick Lamar has dethroned Drake and is probably now the #1 hip hop artist in terms of just being that guy after destroying him. Now some people are wondering, like, you know, Kendrick versus Eminem, what would that look like? I don't see them getting into beef though, because I think they've actually made music together. They've had tracks together as well. I think they're homies, so I don't see them fighting there at all, but I would not want to see it. I would not want to see Kendrick versus Eminem because I wouldn't want to see a casualty. But at the same time, seeing these two going at each other, every time I think of like the best of the rap hip artists, there is a chance that they might just start attacking each other for the sake of competition. That could happen. But anyway, whole point is the Death of Slim Shady, Coup de Grace is out. You guys should give it a listen. I've already given it a first track listen. I like it. I need to listen to it again though, because I was distracted when I was first listening to it. So I need to kind of like give it a full listen, a couple of full listens. And after I give it a full listens, I'll let you guys know. I already like Houdini. I already like Toby. I already kind of like those two tracks that came out individually firsthand. So I'll figure out how things go a little bit later. But if you guys want to cop it and listen to some more Eminem in 2024, it is here for you. But all right, gang, that's all I have for today's video. I love you guys. You guys stay safe on them streets because them streets are not safe, not even for Donald Trump. Okay, I'll catch you guys in a little bit. I love y'all. Take it easy. Probably video tomorrow, if not tomorrow, Wednesday, you know, same time, same place. All right, gang, y'all take it easy. Peace.